WNBA finals. And so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. I'm a human too. I have a family. I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments. And so all I'll say is just, it's...
The WNBA finals were mentioned, and honestly, I'll just leave it at that. I'm clearly disappointed. I'm human, after all. I have a family, 2 kids who were deeply affected by the comments, and that's all I'll say for now. Picture walking into a meeting where you're supposed to be the one in charge, yet the person across from you has just signed a deal worth more than your entire organization's yearly payroll. That's reportedly the situation Commissioner Kathy Engelbert finds herself facing as Caitlin Clark keeps smashing financial records across professional sports. Headlines are buzzing about her growing $50 million empire. Fans are celebrating, but insiders claim the mood behind league office doors is very different. Instead of excitement, there's frustration. Some even describe it as fury. For decades, the league operated with a clear hierarchy. The league was the main attraction, and players were fortunate to be part of it. Clark didn't just challenge that system, she tore it apart. When news broke that she secured a massive Gatorade partnership resembling the kind of endorsement deals usually reserved for global superstars, it signaled a permanent shift in power. The question isn't why fans are thrilled. The question is why league leadership might feel uneasy. The answer lies in internal politics and the struggle for control unfolding quietly behind the scenes. It all started with a signature but has grown into what looks like a corporate standoff. That endorsement isn't merely about selling sports drinks, it represents independence. It tells every major brand that traditional league authority over player marketing may no longer apply. While the public sees a rising icon, executives see someone becoming too influential and too financially secure to be easily managed. Reports suggest the tension began the moment the contract was finalized. The deal allegedly eclipses the combined salaries of many veteran players. That wasn't just a personal victory, it was a wake-up call for leadership that critics say prefers to keep tight control over its stars. With tens of millions involved, that control may be slipping. Sports marketing has rarely witnessed anything like this. The ripple effect is creating a divide between the league's emerging superstar-driven future and established players who feel overshadowed. There are even rumors of urgent meetings where the focus wasn't growth strategy but how to respond to a single athlete wielding unprecedented leverage. The endorsement didn't just boost Clark's wealth, it created structural challenges for the league. Historically, the organization has carefully managed brand access to players, often prioritizing league interests. Clark changed that dynamic by building a global brand without waiting for approval. Her partnership signaled that old power structures may be fading. Insiders claim the concern is simple: if one player can earn massive sums independently, why would she feel obligated to follow league direction? The contrast is stark. A rookie making exponentially more from endorsements than from her official salary creates uncomfortable optics. While the league works to expand resources like travel accommodations, its biggest star is already flying privately through her own sponsorship income. That contrast makes the league appear small, and in big-money sports, perception matters. The tension doesn't stop in boardrooms either. Some observers point to increasingly physical games and frosty interactions on the court. While some say it's just competitive spirit, others suspect jealousy fueled by the enormous earnings gap. Leadership is reportedly caught between frustrated veterans and the need to protect the star-driving record ratings. It's a delicate balance, and signs suggest it's getting harder to maintain. The situation becomes even more complicated when media rights enter the picture. The league recently secured a multi-billion-dollar deal, and insiders say broadcasters were banking heavily on Clark's drawing power. That reality is unsettling for any executive. If audiences are tuning in primarily for one player who doesn't rely financially on the league, negotiating leverage shifts dramatically. The massive endorsement figure symbolizes that shift. Women's basketball has long emphasized collective success, but the era of the mega individual athlete may have arrived, and the transition is messy. There are whispers that leadership was caught off guard by the timing of her major announcements, which allegedly overshadowed league initiatives. Add rumored 8-figure sponsorships from other global brands, and you're looking at an athlete whose personal brand could rival entire franchises. That creates a rare dynamic. disciplining or controlling such a player becomes nearly impossible when she has independent financial power. This level of autonomy is unusual in women's sports history and reportedly makes traditional decision-makers uneasy. They're accustomed to players relying on the league's platform. Clark, however, has built her own platform, and it may be bigger. So the frustration isn't just about money. It's about the end of an old system. What's unfolding is essentially a clash between old-school management and a modern model where athletes themselves are powerful media platforms. Right now, the modern approach appears to be winning decisively. Executives worry about what happens if the league's main attraction becomes larger than the league itself. There's concern that attention is shifting from team competition to a single superstar narrative. Attempts to spotlight others haven't changed market behavior. Fans keep gravitating back to Clark. Some critics even speculate that subtle decisions, like scheduling or officiating, might be influenced by a desire to keep her grounded. Whether true or not, the perception exists, and perception shapes narratives. Ironically, even criticism boosts her visibility and value, driving more engagement and strengthening her endorsement appeal. Another uncomfortable truth: the marketing budget behind her endorsements reportedly dwarfs what the league spends promoting itself. That means a beverage company and a 22-year-old athlete may be shaping the league's public image more than its own leadership. For executives, that realization can be unsettling. This raises a looming question: will the league attempt to change endorsement rules to regain control? Any move to limit a star's earning potential could trigger legal challenges the organization might struggle to handle. It's a paradox: the player generating massive attention is also the one reducing centralized authority. The endorsement is likely only the first domino. As more brands recognize her reach, additional deals will follow, creating a snowball effect. The result is a league scrambling to keep up with a star whose team is negotiating on a global corporate level. Behind closed doors, the real battle may be about the league's identity. Leadership must decide whether to embrace this new era or resist it. So far, any frustration appears private. But as stakes rise, tensions could become more visible. One thing is certain: the landscape has changed. Money is flowing differently, influence is shifting, and traditional structures are being tested. Clark isn't just excelling on the court, she's redefining what power looks like in modern sports. The league now stands at a crossroads. Will it adapt to a superstar-driven future or try to preserve its old model? Fans and sponsors have already made their choice. The remaining question is whether leadership will move with the tide or against it.